Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this January the 23rd, 2026. I'm hoping everybody had a great Friday. Had it so far, but it's a great Friday evening. Hope everybody continue to stay safe and well, and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in tonight's video, we're going to be taking a look at your satellite imagery, and we'll start off with this storm system here, starting to get its act together over Texas, a portion of Arkansas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, and Missouri. Also more activity stretching from New Mexico to Arizona to Utah to Nevada. Got another system here trying to phase with this system here from the north. All that cold air, you can see it's on the satellite imagery. All that blue is also a lot of cold air drifting down to the south and east. You can see it's cloudy skies over the southeastern U.S. except for Florida. Got some fair weather for you, but that will overtake the area. We're looking at some severe weather possible over portions of Florida, portion of Florida Panhandle up into Georgia. Also, maybe a portion of southeast Alabama coming up on your Sunday. We'll talk about that in tonight's video as well. Also, we're going to take a look at the CAE ice totals. They're starting to diminish just a little bit, and I do think they will kind of diminish a little bit as the precipitation is not going to last very long. It's just going to be a short duration, and the total should not add up that much if you're across Georgia to Carolina, because a lot of warm air is going to try to seep to the north and push out a lot of that cold air that's trying to come down east of the mountains, but maybe over northern South Carolina. But we do have ice storm warnings over much of the state of South Carolina and North Carolina and northern Georgia, but we'll talk about that in the Watches Warning Advisory map as well. Alright, let's move on to your local forecast. But first, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Also like these videos, share these videos, and let's continue to get the show on the road here, folks. And here's a look at your Saturday outlook, your weekend forecast. Here's that freezing rain expected from Texas all the way to Mississippi, Arkansas, to Tennessee, to the Carolinas, to Virginia, to D.C., Maryland, Delaware, West Virginia, Kentucky. We're expecting some heavy snow also from New Mexico to Oklahoma to Kansas to Missouri, all the way to Pennsylvania. D.C., you're included, portion of Kentucky, Indiana. Also down toward northern Arkansas. Thunderstorms and showers across Alabama, down to Louisiana, northern Gulf, also into Georgia, portion of South Carolina, Atlantic coastal waters, shower activity also there. Also some heavy snow also for portion of Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania, New York State, all the way into Maine, all the way toward Rhode Island. And we got snow flying from northern Maine to Michigan, Lake Huron, Lake Superior, to portion of Wisconsin, to Illinois, to Indiana, to portion of Colorado, Montana, Wyoming areas as well. Got mixed precipitation from Colorado, Utah, southern Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, and also northern Mexico state, and also across Texas areas as well. And we got some shower activity across South Florida down toward the Florida Keys also. Otherwise, big dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Saturday, where there's no precipitation expected. Alright, now let's move on to your Sunday outlook, and it should roll out something like here in just a few minutes. Okay, we're still waiting on it to come up. And also the weird part about this setup here, we're also expecting some thunderstorms also possible across the Carolinas as that system moves to the east as well on Sunday. Alright, we got snow flying over in portion of Montana to Colorado, also into Texas. Also more from Oklahoma to Indiana to Michigan, Lake Superior to portion of East Lake Huron, Ottawa and Toronto, Canada to northern Maine. And we got heavy snow from central Maine to Rhode Island to Pennsylvania to Ohio to Indiana to Illinois to Missouri, portion of northern Kentucky to West Virginia, Even got some freezing rain there as well, stretching from Rhode Island to Connecticut to the Carolinas to areas of Mississippi to Louisiana and Texas. Mixed precipitation over southern New Mexico, portion of western Texas, or northern state of Mexico, and mixed precipitation also for Oklahoma to Arkansas to Missouri to Louisiana to Alabama, Georgia to Carolinas as well, all the way up towards Rhode Island. And then there's some thunderstorms and showers over portion of Alabama to northern Gulf, Louisiana, Florida, Atlantic coastal waters. Also, there will be some across South Carolina as well, North Carolina and Georgia, as that line continues to push on ahead of this cold front. As that low pressure system kind of races off through the mountains and then on up to the northeast and drag that cold front through the area coming up on Sunday afternoon and evening. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area where there's no precipitation expected. Alright, now Let's move on to the current watch and warning advisory map you're locating across the nation, and it should roll out something like this here. Alright, winter storm warnings, we got a lot of them, and winter weather advisory stretching from portions of New Mexico to Colorado to Texas to Oklahoma to Kansas, also areas of Arkansas to Missouri to Indiana, Illinois to Kentucky to West Virginia, I might as well say North Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, all the way up to New York State, Maine, Massachusetts, all the way up toward New Hampshire, Vermont, also portion of Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Long Island, Ohio, you're included. We have purple areas here. This is ice storm warning from eastern Texas to Louisiana to Mississippi to portion of northwest Alabama, southern Tennessee, and then across northern Georgia, eastern Tennessee to south to North Carolina. And then you can see we have winter weather advisory stretching from areas of eastern North Carolina, South Carolina, down into Georgia, and again over here in areas of, like I said, New Mexico, over to Colorado, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, Missouri, other areas of Illinois. Cold weather advisory is also in effect for Montana through the Dakotas, Nebraska, Colorado, Minnesota, Iowa, also Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, and also Maine, and also portions of southern areas of New Hampshire, and also areas of extreme cold weather warning from Maine and New Hampshire, northern Vermont, northern New York State, Michigan, also northern Wisconsin, also northern Minnesota through North Dakota and portion of Montana. We got air quality alerts over here in portion of Idaho, and also portion of Oregon State, and also we have some dense fog advisory for portion of Central California, and also we have some extreme cold weather watching for southern Texas to Louisiana, Alabama, and Mississippi, and also portions of the panhandle of Florida, and also a little bit in areas of Georgia. Alright, small crack advisory, gale warning, and freezing spray warnings up here in Maine all the way down to Long Island, and small crack advisory, gale warning from Long Island all the way down to the east coast of Florida, also along the Louisiana coast to Texas, northern California to Oregon State. Hawaii and Chain Island looks good with just a few high surf warnings to the north. Small crack advisory around the Alaska region inland. Have a few winter weather advisories and some wind advisories, and a cold weather advisory and a freeze warning, and also some winter weather advisories for a couple counties in areas of Oregon. Alright, Storm Prediction Center outlook should roll out something like this here. Just general thunderstorms over here from Flagstaff to Phoenix to Tucson, then from San Antonio to Houston to Alexandria, Greenville, Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi, and Memphis, Tennessee. Just general thunderstorms expected for your Saturday. Let's move on into your Sunday outlook. And here's that marginal risk I was talking about from New Orleans to Mobile to Columbus, Georgia to Dalton to Tallahassee. Marginal risk for severe weather. General thunderstorm from Columbia to Charleston to Wilmington to Virginia Beach to Tampa to Houston to Alexandria, Shreveport, Greenville areas as well for your Sunday. Probability 5% expected across New Orleans, Mobile, Columbus, Dalton, and Tallahassee areas. Alright, let's move on to the ice totals across the Carolinas and Georgia, portion of Alabama, and they should roll out something like this here. Alright, you can see in the yellow we still have about a tenth to maybe up to a quarter of an inch in the yellow. You can see about from Florence, South Carolina, about 9/100ths to a quarter of an inch. Columbia, South Carolina, you can see we have about 1400ths to 3/10 of an inch. Trace to almost a quarter of an inch in Augusta. Greenville, Spartanburg, you can see we have about almost a half inch to almost 1 inch of ice in the Greenville, Spartanburg area. Same up around Charlotte, and also over toward the Atlanta metro area, maybe a little bit over a half, 3/10 to a half inch, or a little bit over a half inch. Atlanta metro area, you can see a tenth to maybe about 4/10 of an inch. Same for a portion of Blairsville, Georgia, over a half inch from over 3/10 to a half inch of ice, a little more. Same up here around Trenton, Georgia. Maybe around 2/10 of an inch around Huntsville, Alabama. Florence, Alabama, you have maybe almost 3/4 of an inch of ice to maybe a 3/10 of an ice as well. So, all right, well, there's your ice fall total and the ice. I can't say it. Ice totals across the Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, and portions of North Carolina, and also southern Tennessee. But you can see the heaviest totals looks to be north of pretty much along that I-20 corridor and north. I-85 from Atlanta to Columbia, Greenville to Charlotte. You can see the I-85 corridor. That's going to be a very dangerous situation. Also across North Carolina, I-40 looks to be a dangerous situation as well. And also portions of I-126 towards Charleston. You can see a glaze of ice maybe on some roadways there. The DOTs across these few counties and other counties should be out treating the roads, so that should help out some. But I do expect ice still to form on roadways, so it may become very treacherous for some drivers out there as well. Alright, well, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe if you have not. Like the video, share the video. We'll catch you back in the next one. So have a wonderful Friday evening, folks. Take care, and also enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got.